What was going on for you around March 14th, 2025? Don't worry, I'll wait. Pause the video, go look, go pull up your camera roll, go on ahead and look back because something is coming full circle from then around that time. What mindset were you in? What relationship were you in? Where were you at in that relationship? What was going on in your career? What was going on in your ideas or your visions of your future? That was the last time that we had a full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. And hydrate, light it if you need it, but because I mean it when I say something's coming full circle. Um, so that's going to be different for everybody. Don't miss that memo. Whatever you saw on your camera roll, don't miss that memo. But there's just an awareness. It's kind of giving the world to me that energy, the energy of the world card. Um, but here Muava Moon and Muava Earth are coming together in this full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo. Virgo is Earth, but she is like woman. Virgo is not stereotypically, is originally uh the archetype of like the disenfranchised woman, the unmarried woman. The Virgo represents the marginalized. And we all know there's a lot moving around the marginalized. So, mind you, I just feel like Mother Moon and Mother Earth are coming together and to finally give us the emotional clean slate that we need. We're being cleansed. The cosmic cleanup crew. Ooh, 222 as I said that. The cosmic cleanup crew has arrived. And some of us are getting swept up, you know? And so this is eclipse energy. In my opinion, eclipse energy is let go, let God energy. You shouldn't try to be doing any spells or whatever, like unless you fuck with chaos magic and you're experienced in that, have at it. But so this is not the time to do anything but let God. Let the universe. Let the divine. Full moons in general are a period of release, but also a harvest from the seeds that were planted in the new moon. So I do feel like that new moon solar eclipse in Leo, it's very sudden energy. Eclipse are things suddenly coming in, suddenly going out. It's just very suddenly energy, you know? So this is a time to surrender, in my opinion. I feel like this is a time to like trust the divine, to trust yourself, to trust the God of your understanding, to really be in a place where your analyzation, Virgo, I analyze, your analyzation isn't scrutinizing, it isn't belittling. Like if you're going to use this, like the analyzation, that function of your critical eye, the connection to your critical eye, the Virgo energy, if you're going to tap into that, let it be productive, not this stripping experience that you have where you're just being so hypercritical of yourself and blah blah blah, and everything around you. I just feel like this opportunity, this we're having the opportunity to lean into Virgoan energy and to let Virgoan energy come in and lean into us and clear our shit up. And so I just feel like there's a new foundation that's being laid emotionally. And as I said, that 444, keep seeing 444 on the right path for sure. Lunar eclipses like wipe away or address or remove or clean. It depends on where you're at and what you allow. But lunar eclipses, in my experience, I believe, have a tendency to clear out the last 6 months to a year of emotional like gunk that have been in the pipes. And so that stuff either is coming up to come out. That stuff for some of us, the shit's already spilled, the milk is already spilled. You've grabbed your proverbial paper towel and you're already cleaning it up, and the divine supports you wherever you're at in your journey with your personal emotional gunk. You know, it's just like that's the stuff that I feel like is going to be getting addressed. The cosmic cleanup crew has arrived. What Virgo do you know? Actually, some Virgo men can be real gross. But most Virgos, there's a structure and order to things. You know, that's depends on everybody else's charts. Anyway, Virgo is a sign of I analyze. Virgo is the parent child relationship, the mother daughter relationship, if we're being real technical and specific. Like I said, the disenfranchised woman, the unmarried woman. Um, Virgo is the sign of work and health and service. And this, it's interesting because it's happening on 3/3, and I believe I saw somewhere it was like 3:33 at Pacific time. It's happening in the morning. I have 6:38 a.m. Eastern at 12 degrees Virgo. So that three though, threes I believe are collaboration. And so I feel like there is a cosmic collaboration that's happening. I feel like if you have Virgo sun moon or rising, I feel like you're being asked to really learn how to collaborate on a different level. You're going to be asked to evaluate your relationship to control, understanding that your concept of control is an illusion because all that you can really control is what you voluntarily put into your body, whether you react or respond, and what you do about your intentions. Everything else is outside of your jurisdiction. Spartan Spirit Squadron already knows that rant probably by heart at this point. Um, which shout out to Patreon. I hope if you want to get this message early, or if you try to, whatever. If you want to fuck with your girl, patreon.com/JustJEverything. The links are in the description box below. Like I said, hydrate, light it if you need it. Full moon is happening on March 3rd, 2026 at 12 degrees Virgo. I'm going in blind with y'all and we'll read. Because I got to hit you with the handy dandy Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. 12 degrees Virgo. Here we go. So Elias Lonsdale's description of the 12th degree of Virgo is a dog sniffing a dead animal. Let him cook. Searching for clues, you probe the straight line and the intricate curve, tapping the mind's powers for intricate operations. Prone to find the pathological, the destructive, and the inverted, the bloodhound sleuth checking everything out everywhere. Curious, fascinated, alive with speculations, hunches, notions, wanting to track something down, to get resolution, needing to know, poking about in the dark. You possess remarkable senses and an almost purely telepathic mind, tremendously skilled and adroit, but you can get poisoned by skepticism and by too heavy an exposure to the dark underbelly of things. I'm going to read that again. But you can get poisoned by the skepticism and by too heavy an exposure to the dark underbelly of things. Desperate to learn how to also accept and embrace all that is unconditionally, to let go into rightfulness and goodness in the very thick of things being rotten and pervasively wrong. This makes me feel like this is going to, of course, it's going to hit us on an interpersonal level. On a personal level, then an interpersonal level, collective level. But this feels specifically collective. This feels specifically governmental. Um, Desperate to learn how also to accept and embrace all that is unconditionally, and to let go into rightfulness and goodness in the very thick of things being rotten and pervasively wrong. I feel like we are all, as a collective, understanding way more collectively. There's way more of us are coming together. There is way less division than they want you to think. I feel like we are so much closer than they want you to think. There's very few left that are truly like hardcore red hat, you know, and like even them, they coming around in droves, you know what I mean? And we all need to make sure that we welcome everybody equally, you know. Make sure, like, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love your neighbor as we need to make sure we're fucking taking care of everybody, because things are rotten and pervasively wrong, and being separate and leaning into that illusion of separation has forgetting our history, whitewashing our history has really caused some backlash, you know? And so I just feel like a dog sniffing a dead animal, it's almost like there's this sensation of the decay. And it's happening on a micro level, on a macro level. I feel like you know what is done. And the eclipse is like washing some shit away, like emotionally, like something that's been fucking you up emotionally. Let's get to it. I'm not asking shit. But I will clear out any funky ass energy. Welcome in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, Holy Spirit, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for everyone who read, for everyone who's watching, in regards to this full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo that we are having on March 3rd, 2026. What messages do you have for us? I'm not asking anything specifically with an eclipse. What messages do you have for us for this full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo? If y'all only knew, I'm telling you, there's going to be, when you go back and you look at what was going on March 14th and you see where you're at right now, there's going to be a fucking like, a aha moment that comes in around like, damn, ain't God good? I didn't think I'd get from here, or I didn't think I'd already be here. How did this happen? There's a, because keep in mind, this eclipse is happening on the Virgo Pisces axis. Virgo is the day to day, 3D, mundane tasks of life and governs that. And Pisces is the spirit world. Pisces is all things beyond the veil. Pisces is the ineffable. And so but also Pisces is jails and escapism and mental institutions and addiction and all that stuff. Pisces is the full spectrum of the emotional, of the human experience. And I do feel like this eclipse is going to be impacting how you or what you're analyzing, how you analyze it, who you analyze it with, what you believe, how you believe, who you believe with. What's your relationship to routine versus ritual? How can you merge more routine into your ritual? How can you sprinkle more routine or ritual on the routine? You know, there's how can you put more magic in the mundane? You know, and so there's stuff that's going to be coming up about that. I do feel like time management, structure, discipline. You know, Saturn's not there anymore. So this full moon eclipse is going to be different because Saturn's not in Pisces anymore. You know, and so Saturn's not there and Neptune is not there. So I feel like this is going to be a way more grounded, or this is going to be happening or impacting our like tangible 3D reality life more consistently. But we'll see. What messages do you have for us for this full moon total lunar eclipse? The Ten of Pentacles, period. I saved you the audible, like the Ten of Pentacles. The cosmic cleanup crew is coming in to help you start a whole new cycle in regards to your self-worth, especially for those of us that hit any kind of a marginalization box. New cycle in your self-worth, new cycle in regards to your body, new cycle in how you interact with money, how money interacts with you, new cycle in regards to family, new understanding of family. The Emperor reversed on the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's just something here about ending hyper independence. Um, like there could be just something there around, some of you are breaking free from like tyrannical figures, some of you are getting out of like really shitty jobs, or jobs that have really shitty people in power. Also there could be just some sort of ending of a cycle of over the control a man has over you, the control your father has had, the power. There could be like tyrants or like people that abuse their power, or like issues with anger in regards to the family, all that stuff. I just feel like it there's also stuff around like some of you have been really trying to like work for yourself or get some kind of a side hustle or some kind of a business off the ground, and I just feel like there's this new cycle in life that's coming in. I told you this is going to be tangible, physical, 3D stuff is happening. And I just feel like you've been trying to do it by yourself, or you've been trying to carry something for way too long. And the divine is coming in and bringing, that's that Ace of Pentacles. Granted, it's reverse. It may feel delayed. There's just some sort of an ending of a cycle when it comes to money. Please clarify the Ten of Pentacles. How does that materialize for us? The The Eight of Pentacles reverse. Some of us aren't going to have to work the way that we've been working. Some of us finally get to take some time off. Some of us finally get to, or are being given the opportunity to work less and make more money, or work less and build something, work less and go to school, work less and raise the family. There could be just some stuff right there where I just feel like that Emperor reverse doesn't feel like necessarily a tyrant for all of you, though there is somebody who abuses their power or has anger issues. And I just feel like there's big healing in regards to father wounds, or like a father figure, or the father of a child, or the parent of a child. There's just like transition that's happening there. But this feels like hyper independence, the end of hyper independence. In regards to this full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo, what's the money advice? Since these money cards are coming up, these power cards. The Three of Cups, I'm telling you, the end of hyper independence. I feel like there's the people who are going to help you when it comes to money. There are people coming in who are going to celebrate you and help you. Some of you are about to achieve something and you will be celebrated, you will be recognized. For some of you, you have turned being lied to, betrayed, cheated on, treated like an option. You have turned that shit, that lead, into gold, or you are about to, or you are in the process of doing that. I feel like some of us are really learning like actual, like we're realizing that we're really doing alchemy, like you turning your bitterness, your resentment into gratitude for the experience when it originally initiated resentment. Alchemy. Don't sleep on yourself. Don't sleep on your ability to transmute your emotions into energy. Everything is energy. I feel like that's something we need to know. Oh, like somebody's mistreating you, somebody's talking shit about you, you're annoyed by this. All of this stuff is energy. That's if we could learn how to draw that in, turn it into the inner, into like the inner harnessing energy, like understand that you have the ability to turn that negative energy into positive energy. In that negative energy that's surrounding you, you can actually put that into um harnessing your willpower by way of like intentionality, emotional regulation, really like being very clear about what your goals are. There's just something about understanding you have the energy, you have the power to take that energy, the drama, to like eat that shit and turn it into the lifeblood of your future. Woo, okay. So when it comes to money, I feel like some of us are about to be celebrated or their help is on the way. The right people are coming in that are going to help you get to where you're going. Please clarify the Emperor reversed. The Page of Cups. Some of us are getting apologies from our father. Some of us, there's like, you are experiencing a newfound empathy for someone that abused their power with you. It's like a newfound understanding. I feel like there's like an emotional healing that's been happening when it comes to your relationship to your self-awareness, when it comes to that person with Aries or Scorpio, Cancer or Pisces placements. I just feel like your relationship to anger, what you're angry about, there's just something there around like expressing the frustration that your inner child has. That's whoever that's for, you'll understand. I just feel like there's something coming in with this full moon in Virgo, full moon total lunar eclipse in Virgo, excuse me. That's the parent child relationship, it's the mother daughter relationship. There's just something there around like self parenting. Like I feel like also some of you, there's an emotional burden that's getting lifted when it comes to like these family wounds. There's a finality, there is a like, maybe you may think that it's numbness, and I think that it's actually an emotional freedom of like moving into profound acceptance of like, that's just who the fuck this person is, and it's not my responsibility to do anything about that. I feel like for some of you, this is like a forgiveness, forgiving a parent of your child. It's like, no, they're not going to give more money. No, they're not going to like show up how they're supposed to. No, they're not going to act right. But like, you have moved into a state of acceptance, and it's just like, I'm sorry, I'm not angry anymore. Cheers. Some of us have been waiting for that, and I feel like there's an emotional burden around the masculine, around the patriarchy, around the, what certain disgusting men in power are doing. But I also feel like, this full moon total lunar eclipse could also help us get more balanced and understanding that there are still really, 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 really good men out there. I know, like, there's a lot going on. A lot of people are mad at men just in general. This blanket statement is just like, we're all out here dropping the ball equally in droves. How can we stop trying to go from, you know, end of spectrum to extreme end of spectrum? Can we like What does neutrality look like as a collective? It's not foreign. There's so many other places in the world who have it. Anyway, please clarify the Ace of Pentacles reverse. Actually, what's the advice for those who are struggling with like father wounds or father stuff or baby daddy shit coming up, or someone like there's just stuff there, maybe you're even struggling with masculinity. Sorry for the mic noises. Defenses, the seven of wands with the world reversed on the bottom of the deck. I just feel like some of us, we are learning that we are understanding that our hyper independence has come from our father, or what we learned about men, or what we experienced from men. With the Nine of Pentacles reversed on the bottom of the deck, Strength reversed on the bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords reversed, and then the Five of Swords reversed. Damn, with the King of Pentacles reversed, the King of Wands reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed. There's a lot of masculine cards that are coming out reversed here. And so I just feel like there's this whole new cycle I think a lot of people are being exposed. You know, that load bearing beam that's about to get knocked out from under the government, like that is playing a role in this like collective energy as well. I feel like a lot of people are, calling out. We're calling each other out. I feel like we're just in this place of everybody's calling, each other out, and there's also so much less division than we perceive. So just cling to that, please. Please clarify the Ace of Pentacles reversed. The High Priestess reversed. The Nine of Swords flashed, and then the Ten of Swords reversed came out. So, and the Nine was right there. I feel like in some sort of way, the divine is trying to give you a break, and you're ignoring your intuition. Like there's some sort of a break or an opportunity to like do less in some sort of way, or there's an opportunity to make more money by way of doing something a bit uncomfortable. I just feel like the more money, like what the reward will be is not what you think it is. But there is a leap of faith that's needed. And I just feel like there's this big shedding of a mindset, shedding of a narrative, and overthinking, looping in the mind about it, obsessive, intrusive thoughts. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is a planet of the mind. Mercury is currently retrograde in Pisces. I feel like there could be just some sort of like, a lot of us are really figuring out what the fuck we believe in right now. Page of Wands. Yeah, I feel like there's a whole new relationship that we are being that's being a whole new relationship that's being established with you and your spirit, and trusting less in just logic, balancing out, like accessing logic and intuition before a decision is made. All right, because we know this is an eclipse. We know that things are suddenly what's I feel brave enough to ask, what's being eclipsed out? For our greatest and highest good, please show us what's being eclipsed out of our lives with this full moon, total lunar eclipse in Virgo. Temperance reversed. Wow. With the Six of Wands, what's being eclipsed out is, I feel like how hard it's been for you to like experience the level of achievement that you've wanted. What's being eclipsed out, it may have to do with someone with Sagittarius, Pisces, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Oh, I already said that. Placements. Maybe Cancer, Scorpio too may be involved. I feel like what's being eclipsed out, because these are both reversed. The Temperance came out reversed. I feel like what's being eclipsed out is people that have caused pain. Some of you, like narcissists, are being removed, or extreme manipulators, or people that are like people that you just like drink with, get fucked up with, people that have maybe addiction issues or mental health issues are being removed. I feel like your inability to relax when it comes to your career, your ability, like that workaholicism, that lack of imbalance, that grind culture, hustle culture, um, Mercury retrograde, on my natal Mercury. I'm gonna stammer a lot, so there's that. But there's some sort of what's being eclipsed out. I feel like is the immature version um of you, like the fear based version, the version of you that has like been leading with some sort of a fear. Sorry, um, people on my website, JustJEverything.com, if you want to book a personal reading. Um, actually, please clarify temperance reverse. When it comes to what's being eclipsed out, I'm going to try to not have this be super long. Something that has been out of balance, something that you've had to recover from over and over again. Someone you've had to recover from over and over again. I feel like there could be just an emotional heaviness. Like you're also like your concept of neutrality. There's something that's being impacted there. The middle ground is not the middle ground anymore. The Empress. Wow. I feel like what's being eclipsed out are things that have kept you from being in Empress mode. Kept you from really, really prioritizing yourself, taking care of yourself. Stepping into scaling when it comes to your business, or getting to a next level or next pay grade or whatever. Whatever's been preventing that, I feel like is being removed, and it's something that's been emotional, or something someone that's been around for a long time. But Ace of Wands, wow. Yeah, I feel like the divine you've had enough recovery time, and the divine is taking away stuff that has been keeping you from shooting your shot. Some of you, this is about addiction. Some of you, this is about drinking too much, smoking too much, time management, numbing, escapism, hedonism. Some of you, this is about mother wounds. Some of you, this is about taking care of a mother, taking care of a patient, needing to be taken care of. There could just be some resolution in like healthcare or health service or something of that nature. There could be what's being eclipsed out is like the energy, the opportunity, the resources, the physical and spiritual energy that you need to address whatever has been going on with your mother, or the wife, or the Taurus, or the Libra, or the Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person, Pisces as well. Some of us, I feel like what's being eclipsed out is some bitch acidness, something that has kept you from being audaciously, unapologetically authentic and standing 10 toes down on whatever your business is. Please clarify the Six of Wands reversed. I also feel like some of us don't realize like the slowdown in regards to like something has kept you from making heart-based decisions. Something has kept you from like being in this place of like joy or passion in your career. Some of us have like really that's been coming up in the dailies over on patreon.com/justjeverything. There's just been something a lot about the money messages that we've been getting from our parents. And I just feel like there's some sort of undoing of some like, yeah, the Lovers reversed. I feel like some misinformation, uh some like, oh, you learned, it's like you learned that from hearing your parents argue that uh blank, you know what I mean? It's like you heard your parents argue about this, and you heard your parents miscommunicate about this, or um maybe your parents told you that you couldn't make money off your art, or there was no, like, there wasn't a future career in like the thing that you wanted to do, or a lover told you that, or an ex told you that, and that's just stuck with you. And I just feel like Some of you have been with people who did not believe it in you, and I feel like now there is some sort of like help, or the right people are coming in who are going to help you get back on the horse and help you make different decisions. The Two of Wands reversed. I just feel like there's a cosmic crossroads coming. Please clarify the Lovers reverse. There's this cosmic crossroad, and I just feel like where it's just now you're, yeah, the Eight of Swords reverse. You're getting out of that looping in the mind. You're going to start making different decisions, and therefore ushering in a different reality. Some of you are finally breaking a routine, finally breaking out of a certain mindset, finally like done doing things. Like it's like, oh, we could have settled into this and doing this, but it's like, nah, that's not indicative of the life that we want. So this is how we want. This is what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? So there's something there. Oh, someone's on my website from Russia. Cool. I get Sweden, I get Russia a lot. I wonder if that's spam. Anyway, uh, to clarify the Lovers, we got the Eight of Swords reversed, Four of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, Two of Cups reversed, Seven of Swords reversed, and the Five of Swords reversed. Yeah, damn. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. What's being eclipsed out are the wounds that you've still been carrying around the times that you've been betrayed to, lied to, deceived, the people who have treated you like an option, the people who have gone back and forth about you, especially if they have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements, maybe Taurus too. I feel like there's just this like letting go of, not even letting go. I'm asking what's being removed. You don't have no control over this. It's putting you in the position to level up, to go from the Queen of Pentacles to the Empress. You know, that is an appropriate jump. And I just feel like there is a shift in how you feel about yourself. Saturn and Neptune and Aries now, your relationship to self-awareness, what you know about yourself to be true, is going to be very, very different come Aries season 2026. All right, I asked what's being eclipsed out. What's being eclipsed in? Judgment on its side, and the Nine of Wands reversed, with the Ace of Cups reversed, the Star reversed on the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Some of us are being called to our ultimate, like, this is like, there's a higher level. Some of you, this is like final boss level. Like some of you, this is like just the next step up. And I just feel like there is a call to action. There may be somebody with Scorpio, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements that's playing a big role in like you getting grounded in your new reality. I feel like there's been a big emotional or spiritual like outpouring. There's something about pouring out your emotions. There's something about being really, really honest about what you don't want to fucking do anymore, what you want to divest from, what you want to pull back from, what you want to be done putting money or time or energy into. I feel like a lot of us, Virgo is service, bruh. And I feel like as a collective, a lot of us are about to fuck around and find out what our particular brand of service is that we are to provide to the collective. This, I feel like, is a new wave of entrepreneurs, a new wave of entrepreneurism, a new wave of like working for yourself or working from home or working remote, or you know, it's just like it's going to be different, but it feels very like a lot of people are being called to their soul's vocation, like what your soul's mission to do. Like a lot of people are being activated right now. Please clarify Judgment reverse, or this Judgment on the side. It's coming in, the Eight of Wands. Some of you, it's uncomfortable. Some of you, you're so used to war. You're so used to fighting. You're so used to the uphill climb that peace is fucking foreign to you. You've been asking and like spiritually aligning to ease for so long, and now it's here, and you're like, I don't know what to do with that. What am I supposed to do with that? I'm a fighter. I'm independent. I keep doing. What do it gets to be easy? I don't know about that. Can we trust that? What's the advice for those dealing with a Scorpio? I feel like the Scorpio is telling the truth. The Scorpio has like it's is some of y'all you're about to hear from the Scorpio, and the Scorpio is going to end the fight. Does not mean reconciliation, but I feel like it ends the tension. Some of you are being called out. It's like time to take heed to the calling on your life. It's like there's something here going on around like resurrection. The Ten of Cups. So those of you who are dealing with a Scorpio, I feel like there's a whole new cycle in regards to fulfillment. I feel like we're being called to end fights. Damn, justice came out and tumbled into the upright position. Some of you, this is like, some of you are with who you are destined to be with, and they are calling you out. Something is triggering you because I feel like some of you are with somebody who is making something easy for you or easier for you, and you're used to the hard way. Let's clarify that Ace of Cups reverse, and I just feel like there's a lot of emotional outpouring, and that emotional outpouring has a lot to do with your inner child, the Fool. There's a lot of emotional outpouring around the sun reversed. This is, yeah, your inner child. I feel like there's a lot going on here around the inner child. It's almost like your inner child is being healed. The cosmic cleanup crew, I feel like, is nurturing. It's the moon, the mother, Cancer energy, and Virgo, the other mother sign. There's another one, Scorpio, but luckily that's not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the good mother, the moon energy, Cancer energy, and Virgo. And I just feel like there's something that's been a struggle, like moving from struggle to a dollar to 15. You learned how to make $1 out of 15 cents, like going from ashy to classy. There's just some like transformation, but it requires you to take a leap of faith. And I just feel like something that you've put a lot of time or energy into, a lot of money into, a lot of effort into, something that you've been wishing for, you're realizing that that's not your wish anymore. You're capable of so many other things. Something or someone you were wishing for, it's not your wish anymore. And the divine is really helping you properly fall back. Wheel of Fortune reverse. Because we're not in control. And so the mental unrest that comes in with this lunar eclipse is intentional. Because you are being asked to figure out what actually does foundation mean to you? What thought process, what mindset, what narrative would initiate a whole new, really healthy cycle for you? I love you. You got this.